We have come to the Salt Cathedral, just slightly north of Bogota. So it's a cathedral that's built into a salt mine, which is just like crazy. I'm really excited about seeing it. I've seen all the pictures on the internet and it looks really cool.
So they very nicely welcome everyone into the Cathedral of Salt while projecting different nationality flags onto the ceiling and lights. A very impressive light show. We've also been promised an impressive light show later on in the tour.
This is one of 14 chapels that line the way to the main cathedral. They've all got different crosses, some in relief, some like built directly into the stone. It's all very beautiful and like a feat of engineering.
So here, another one of the little chapels. They like to play Ave Maria. It's their favourite song. It just spontaneously comes on. I don't know if there's a motion switch or something. This cross, like many of the others, represents Jesus in some way. The ground here was particularly designed to represent the turbulence of hardship, difficulty, and the rocks represent Mary, the Virgin Mary, and Mary Magdalene. I can't remember which is which. Very loose representation in that they're just rocks, but that's the same with all these things around it.
Oh, I don't know. That one looks like it might be a woman holding a baby.
Here we have another salt rock cross that represents something. There's a lot of them, they look fairly similar, a few variations. They've got beautiful lights though. It smells a little bit eggy around here, it's kind of sulphurous. But yeah, pretty cool, kind of little art exhibitions almost along the way to the kind of main cathedral. So there's a lot of these.
This one represents Jesus carrying the cross.
I mean, it's just a cross.
This is cool.
The dome.
Going through a narrow passage.
Oh.
180 metres underground. It's very narrow.
Wow. You're not really giving small spaces, Pip. How are you finding this?
I'm being brave. We're 180 metres underground. This is still an active cathedral, and they hold religious mass here every week as well.
So this is the largest underground cross in the world. Very specific record has been set. Largest underground cross. Now there was a lot of questions about how much it would weigh from up there because it looked like an actual physical cross, but if you come closer you can actually see it's just cut out of the rock. So it's actually not a physical cross, it's a cut out cross. It's very clever optical illusion. It's also lit very cleverly, so it kind of gives it a bit more depth. And there's a beating heart in the cross, which represents Jesus' beating heart, or the beating heart of Christianity, I think.
What's happening, Pip?
It's a salt waterfall. About to taste the salt. Oh my god, I've had so much salt. Wow. Super cool. This was made because there used to be kind of quite a lot of water that side in the mountain, and it reacted with the salt rock and kind of created this kind of bit of a cascade of salt, making a waterfall. It's just pure salt. This altar used to be used for baptisms. It's right by the salt waterfall, and so they used to use it for baptisms, and they have to use very, very salty, briny water if for any baptism they do here, because it is made out of salt stone, which means that if you put water on it, it'll melt or dissolve. So they have to be very careful about what water they can use in it. Pretty cool. It feels amazing. It's like it's slightly clammy. Here we have a very salty pool. It's 10 centimeters deep. It's so salty, brine, but it's beautiful. It's a mirror that mirrors the ceiling. Have a look.
When we have this brine, this one go onto the refinery using a pipe underground. In the refinery, the process starts with high temperature. The water evaporates and we have salt crystallized. And this is the technique that we are using today, injection of water. So, do you like it, the mirror? Yes. Do you like it, the brine?
Gross. It's so salty. You just feel like your whole tongue is just shriveling with the salt. Much like a snail would feel, I think, if it had salt water.
So we're 180 metres underground in the salt mine cathedral place, and they've built recreated a little village, a Colombian village, complete with fake shops and hotels, which is pretty cool. Well, they're real shops, but they're kind of like fake hotels and things. But it's quite cool. And they've got a bit of music playing. It feels like we're somewhere completely different and not 180 metres underground.